Hello, hello everyone. Look at my shirt; it's matching all the red on the screen. Look at that. It's almost like I'm coordinated. I'm not. Welcome everyone. This is Fuzz TV Live. This is Sunday the 14th. Yes, Sunday the 14th. Look at me, knowing the date. I'm all impressed with myself. But welcome. Hey Cindy. Welcome to the stream. Yep, screenshot night tonight. Probably won't be the whole night, admittedly. We'll do something after. Not sure what. Not sure if we'll watch a movie or I'll play games or if I'll record more Blu-ray shenanigans or something. I don't know. But here we are. After a fairly weird day. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. And I had like 3 episodes of Screams to record plus the news. So me and Tim were recording for like 4 hours, and then afterwards I just crashed and got like a 4-hour nap. So I got up and got other things done. Comics podcast started wild. It did. I put an apology in the timestamps. I put an apology in the timestamp. I'm like, someone's gonna be upset with this. Oh. It's nice that those timestamps are working now, like with the progress bar. You can actually like sort of highlight sections of it now and see where we talk about certain things. It's kinda cool. It's kinda cool. Let me. Oh, I have too many windows. I have too many windows. Too many windows. Right, let's move. I mean, do I need the Facebook? Or the Firefox window anywhere? I don't think I do. I can minimize that. Let me see if Photoshop works. Oh, kind of. Just needs to be finessed. Hold on. Move OBS over there for a second. I could probably just leave OBS over there, actually, now I think about it. Yep. Oh, we're getting there. Oh. There we go. Alright, Photoshop's good to go. I had noticed I don't really use timestamps though, because I just let it play while I'm cleaning, playing with the dogs. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's a cool little feature they've added where you can kind of see it in the timeline now. Admittedly, it does encourage people to skip certain parts, which isn't necessarily the best for YouTube algorithm data, but it's a goddamn long show, so I feel like people should have the choice. It's cool though. It's like having chapters on something. It's a neat little feature. David hath arrived. The former king. Right. I think this Chrome window can go down there. I can, for the most part, just overlap it. Welcome, everybody. Mm. Right. Where are we? Okay. Oh yeah, Elsa. Whole gang showing up. So Yeah, we'll just operate, I think, under the $5 for a round, 30-minute time limit for the various things. Working out a Doomsday Clock edit. Just listening for extended tangents I can cut out. That's fair. It does happen from time to time. I felt like we mostly stayed on topic during Doomsday Clock, but there's probably some. Yeah, it was another long episode this week, actually. I suppose that's to be expected with the 100-page special plus the solicits, but I was surprised it got to basically 3.5 hours. I've noticed it takes a while for you to get started. You say Doomsday Clock issue. It takes another 5 minutes before you get to it. Really? What do we talk about for the first 5 minutes? DSCPEG. Fletcher speaking in code. It's nonsense. Hey Fletcher. Watched Elizabeth Moss movie where she plays a writer. I was surprised by it showing up on Hulu so soon. Yeah, it went straight to Hulu, I think. It's the one where she plays, Mary Shelley? Author of Frankenstein? Yeah. And as we did last time, if you beat the screenshot in 30 minutes, or if you succeed in beating it in 30 minutes, the boss will lose, 5,000 health? Was it last time? I think it was 5,000 health. I think it was a 1250 tip that I put in. I think that's what it was. So I'll say that instead. On issue 1, you start on John's and how he treats characters, and then it goes to Moore, then his beard, then Jason Aaron's beard, and then the Marvel CEO. I mean, John's treating characters and potentially Moore treating characters might be relevant conversation. Admittedly, the the beard, and then the Marvel CEO, maybe not as much. I'll grant you. Cut out the beard segment. Oh, good, good. That's where you should cut it. That's where you should cut it. His beard is where he gets all his powers. I mean, that's his. Yeah, that's true. Very true. That's where I get most of my powers. Not all of them. Not a lot of them. Oh no. I hate when I accidentally put something on the mouse cable. Even though it only takes me a second to realise what I've done and fix it, it still annoys me for that second where it's like something's pulling at it and I'm trying to use the mouse and it's like, you piece of shit. You did it to me. So, how's everyone then? How's everyone's weekend? What have we been up to? You had to get a long beard and a bunch of rings and that crazy Alan Moore accent. I don't know if I can get the accent. The accent may be a bit of an ask. For a long beard. I can maybe do pineapple soda. Ugh. Ugh. Shirley Jackson. Ah, so it wasn't Mary Shelley. Okay, okay. For some reason I thought it was Mary Shelley she played, but yeah, fair enough. Uh, Sadly not a horror movie, but a drama about being a woman in the time period. Isn't she kind of kooky though? For some reason I got the impression she was kind of unhinged from the trailer slash images. Maybe I was reaching. Done nothing, went and bought some pizza today. I recorded a shit ton of streams after midnight today. That's what I did today. And then I crashed hard afterwards because I had got barely any sleep last night. So, yeah. That's been my day. That's been my day. Hey, rude boy. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Was it 20 minutes of that, but it veers away? Okay. Okay, okay. I don't have an house guest. I decided to take my chances with food delivery and Rona and got myself some sushi. Oh yeah, I've been ordering food like for months. I stopped ordering food for maybe a few weeks at the start of all this, and then it was like, okay, you know what? I got to eat. I got to eat. Ooh, ooh. Issue 2 came out during Super Sons of Tomorrow. Remind me exactly what part of the Super Sons that was? Like, was that the introduction of Super Sons? Or was that like one of the early arcs of the book? I can't remember. Too many comics, David. Too many comics. Every time Drake comes back and becomes okay, I remember the crossover. Yeah, okay, yeah, I remember. Yeah, that was a while ago. that was a good while ago. Put it this way, it's been longer since Doomsday Clock 1 came out now than it was since the start of Rebirth when that came out, if that makes sense. Too much to explain, Fletcher. I don't even know if I could at this point, it's been too long. That's not canon with actual DC Comics, Fletcher. That's the animated series canon, I guess. Oh yeah, take me party, Elsa. I had Chinese food just 2 nights ago. It was delightful. First issue of Bendis' Man of Steel came out issue 5. Woof. Oh, someone went on a liking spree on the multiverse Twitter. DC Animated Universe is my canon. Hey, it's not a bad canon to subscribe to. I give you that. Um. Da da dun 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 da da dun 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 da da dun 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 da da dun 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 dun. Just a bit of Morgan Creek for you, that's all. Bit of Morgan Creek, nothing to be alarmed about. I developed a very complicated relationship with Domino since the virus. Complicated? According to Morrison, that's Earth 12. There you go. Earth 12 in the multiverse is the animated canon. Dun, dun. Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Oh, I hear a cat at the door. Hold on. Hey, I do miss pizza sometimes, but one must try the best. They told you to go back to your car. Well, depending where you're parked, you could literally just go sit in the car wherever it's parked, right? If it's just across the street, I don't know. Do they have good frozen pizza in the supermarket? Alright, yeah. There's a few I used to eat that I quite liked. Not as good as actually ordering pizza, but so now I order from the one across town that has a pickup window. So you go to a Domino's all the way. Wait, why can't you just get in your car then and get the one that's right next to you? Won't they give it to you? Firefly, stop sniffing my water. Back, cat, back. First 3 reads next week. Let me go look at the list. League of Comic Geeks. Because somehow it feels like they would be winning. But it would be quicker. You would have to drive across town. I mean, knock yourself out, you know, you do you, but I mean, would you even have to drive the car anywhere? Could you not just go and sit, like, I don't know where you park your car necessarily, but if you're just parked in front of your house and you're across the street, can't you just be across the street in the car? um, right, next week's comics, where are we? My first 3 reads, Strange Avengers 2 for sure, Death Metal for sure, and then Checkmate probably was the 3rd one, yeah. I'd say Event Leviathan Checkmate's probably, yeah, that's number 3 for sure. Hey Galoin, thank you kindly. I was worried people might be mad at me after that Minority Report review because I kinda shat on it. But I'm glad people are enjoying. I feel like Fletcher's story would be a great George Costanza plot. It sounds like George Costanza. It sounds like Larry David. Yes. I can see Fletcher just yelling F bombs at the one across the street as he drives past. In fact, I can see him giving up and just going to the one across the street in the car, and I can hear the Curb Your Enthusiasm like music playing. Not the music that plays at the end, but the sort of the hijinks music that plays as he's like walking somewhere. As we just see like the car kind of pull to like a U-turn to try and park on the other side of the street. During my report review, I kept wanting Tara to respond with, "And you're entitled to your wrong opinions." I mean, she wasn't like she didn't like oppose my opinion that much though. She wasn't like in love with the movie. Is that just because you're upset that I was hurting one of your movies, David? Hey, that's fair, Glenn. You could disagree. Um, someone just tweeted me. Oh no, someone followed one of the things. There were a few takes that were too spicy for me, I'll admit. Well, the stupid jetpacks. Did that hurt? I hope it hurted. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. You're having all kinds of imaginary fights. I don't think I fancy the other person's odds in those imaginary fights, Elsa. I feel like imaginary Elsa's probably fights quite dirty. The one that got me was how you didn't get the way he did his 3D home video. What do you mean I didn't get it? What was there to get? Can't wait for your Star Trek Next Generation season 3 finale review. The most epic and famous episode in Star Trek history. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm aware of its reputation. Oh, my push push. My push push. What's up with you, cat? I think you're purring, you're happy. It was clearly a 2D video originally that was turned into 3D the same way that we change formats when a new one comes out. You said it wasn't real 3D. Yeah, yeah, but why convert it? This is stupid. Why would you even try converting it? All you're doing is doing a weird thing. It looked demonic. It's stupid. Don't convert. Watch in its original format. Don't be a goddamn savage. Oh wait, I'm not on the main channel. I can swear now. Yeah, don't be a fucking savage. There's like 4 different conversations going on right now in chat. That's alright. Keep it thick and fast. $5 for a round of the screenshot game, and if you beat it within 30 minutes with the 3 players, I will take off about 5,000 health to the boss. There's an episode of Happy Days where Richie suggests diagonal parking spaces over straight parking spaces because you can fit in more cars. Is he wrong? That sounds vaguely right. As long as the road's wide enough to accommodate it, then yeah, technically that's true. If the road's quite thin though, then you're just taking up too much of the actual driving space. I gotta say I have the same feelings as Peter about the tone problem. Thank you, Fletcher. It's always nice to meet sensible people with sensible opinions. I mean, you say or easier to park diagonally. Can it be and easier to park diagonally? Can both be true? And therefore, it's potentially a win-win. Yeah, I agree, Fletcher. I agree. Yeah, no, I want see-through screens. I might have imagined the part where it fits more spaces. Ah, okay. I mean, some places have diagonal parking, as Fletcher's pointed out. Just depends. Most like residential areas here have designated park. Well, that's maybe most is incorrect. There's a lot of streets that don't, I suppose, but I feel like a lot of streets here, like the residential areas, have designated parking spots. Well, we talked about the ending. I don't remember. I mean, spoilers for Minority Report if anyone cares. What's the logical problem? I don't remember. We recorded this weeks ago. What if someone visits? Oh, there's visitor parking as well, Red Boy. There's usually space for 4 or 5 extra cars in a visitor area. For example, the street ammo in every house has like a dedicated drive-in, but then there's also little kind of like spots for like 3 cars at most of the corners for visitors. What film Universal Light do you dislike? Oh, Lord of the Rings bores the absolute shit out of me. Oh, so boring. 12 hours of walking to Mount Doom. Might have been a nice tightly paced one movie. Instead, it was 3 hours, 3 times. Like 4 hours, 3 times if you're doing the extended cuts. I don't know if we brought that up because I'm not entirely sure what we're talking about. They both assume that Max intent to kill him, but no one actually knows that. I'd have to watch the ending again. So too many of the details have left me. I think I get what you're saying. There was definitely other logical problems though, because I'm sure I pointed out a few of them. Maybe Cruz is just bluffing. Oh, I'm vibrating. Fuck, that's already something I saw. Ah, cat. Ah, that hurt. I'm going to play some whack-a-mole with you in the wall in a minute, cat. Yes, I'll get my sweet revenge. So das boot 6-hour miniseries for the first time is floored by the film. I feel like a fly in the wall. I've never seen the full 6-hour miniseries version of it, but I've watched the three or so hour movie cut of it, and I quite liked it when I saw it. Very well made movie. Das Boot. Yeah, I get what David's saying. I think it's implied that like they've literally been seeing every murder that happens in the city for the last several years. So of course they've seen whatever's coming next. I think that's the assumption anyway. I don't want to defend it though because I don't like the movie that much. Yeah, but what if Cruz is bluffing though? What if he's telling them they've seen it but they haven't? Again, I'm not really defending it because I don't remember it well enough to know if that's a valid point. They keep pushing Game Pass on me. I'm good just now, thank you. I have plenty of games to play. Hmm. I'll happy to just sort of take your word for it, Fletcher. At this point, I don't really. I'm kind of happy not having to think about that movie like ever again. Like I think watching it again, feeling how I feel, like I'm happy to leave Minority Report in the dust and never consider it once again.
Well, the leprechaun, of course. That's the most iconic.
Let's go already. Thank you, David. Notably doing some damage across the bow there to Tyler. All right, who's playing? Who's playing, David? Pick your 3 people. Yeah, I like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's a movie where the ending kind of makes the rest of it work. A Cliff Notes? What's the point of me recording a review if I have to give Cliff Note versions later? Did Tyler pick a cover and he did not? And in that event, I will pick one.
Words are not my area of expertise. That's why I podcast.
Thanks, Cindy. Oh boy, that'll kill Tyler. In the event, yeah, in this event, if you win this, I'm going to put Tyler to basically 1 HP, give or take. Or as close to it as I can. I'll let David do the math to figure out what I should actually do the fake donation as. But thanks, Cindy. Alright, who's playing? Who's playing in this first round? Come on. Let's do this. Let's do it now. Let's do it now. I'll go first either way. What's the covering? Let me decide then. Let me get it up. So as soon as I put the covering in, I will basically start the timer. Wait, that was the last one. Don't count that. Oh, that was the thing. Yeah, if you lose, then each time it's one less square covered. That's right. So the idea being that it's harder for a boss to keep their streak going. Okay. Thank you, Elsa. Alright, so a row or a column or a similar combination? Your bank knows what's good for you. That's what that is. I'm trying not to think about the image. I'm trying to just do this at random. Let me think. Part of me's thinking about doing a corner, like doing like a 5 corner somewhere. Because the boss isn't here to choose, Elsa. So in that event, I'll do it. Why is he buying cat food? Very good. Tell you what. Yeah, I'll do this. Okay. No one ever goes for these sort of sides of it, so I'm going to do something different. Because I'm wacky like that. Alright, David's going first. Timer's on. I'll just call it 55 minutes. You got till 25 past to do this to get the bonus damage in the boss. B2. It's a kid on a bike. Well, you can make a guess first, David. Well, I mean, you just want to skip your guess, but you can. There's no reason why you can't, I suppose. Dun 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 dun. Truman shows incorrect, but fine guess. Fletcher, you've been tagged in. Minority Report gets a minority score. Why did I flub that? That was such a good little joke. D3. D3, the Mate Ducks. Oh. Cindy, am I to assume you're buying 2 rounds, or are you getting a trailer or something else, let me knows. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. 2 rounds, you got it. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. McFly! Twister's incorrect. Fair try. Who's the third man or woman? I'll only phrase it like that because the third man's such a thing because of the NW. McFly! I'm surprised Elsa's not told me all about this this biker's attire yet. C4. Boom. Do 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 do. He appears to be wearing some kind of clothes. Guess Back to the Future? Nothing wrong with that guess, but it is incorrect. We're back to David. C3. The car will tell the tale. Will it? Will it now? We're gonna go back in time. Dun dun dun. Gonna go back in time. Dun dun. Do do do. Do 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 do. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. How do I Google that without Cameron's movie? You may guess Titanic if you wish. It could be. Barb is incorrect. But I can't fault the guessing. That puts us back on to Fletcher. Once again, democracy gets it. Oh dear. D4. D4. Do 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 do. Firefly. Firefly's jumped up for the record. I'm not just randomly saying Firefly. Firefly, Firefly, Firefly. Gremlins is incorrect, but I can see why you'd say it. Background to Red Boy. 24 minutes remain on the clock. C1. My. And that's supposed to be Michigan, but because of the way it's typed, I actually glanced at it and thought it said magician first. It's like, magician plates? Magicians get custom plates? Joe Bluth demands to be taken seriously. Fire. What movies take place in Michigan? Yeah, I remember RoboCop looking so like idyllic and suburban. Back to the Future 2. I like the way you're thinking, rude boy. But it is not Back to the Future 2. Remember that a $3 tip can get you a hint, and a $5 tip can get you an extra image should you wish it. But anyway, we're back round to David. That's the one. Dun, 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 dun. D1. Was it another cat wanting in? I'm going to wheel over. I'll be back. Don't go anywhere. Cats being little divas. The window sticker looks significant. 20 minutes remaining, by the way. 20 minutes on the clock. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, 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 oh. How did half an hour go by so quickly? It didn't. This style of round has 30-minute time limit still, so not an hour. An hour was when it was like paying per square. These are 30 minutes. The Aziare Oha Hey 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 Oh Hey Hey Oh Ho Hari 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 Zayanama Hey Maria Zayanama Hey Maria Zayanama Hey Maria Zayanamana Hey Jadu The music's not a hint. But I mean, if you want to guess that this is Gladiator, then you're free to you're free to try. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country road. Hey, Firefly, you doing? Boom, 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 boom. We did Deep Blue Sea at some point? I don't remember that. Dun, 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 dun. Oh. Aww. Banzai! A lot of enthusiasm in that one. I enjoy the thought process. Who are we actually waiting on here? Is this a Fletcher guest we're waiting on? I think it is. It's yours. Oh, it's David's guest. Sorry. I do apologize. Dun, 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. 15 minutes left. 15 minutes left on the clock. I know it's not, but Karate Kid. Karate Kid's incorrect. You're right to know. Fletcher, I believe you're next on the pecking order. B3. Interesting. Does seem to be the US, given the US style mailboxes, which are not a thing anywhere else, I don't think. Or maybe Canada has them, I don't know. Oh, Gloin. Look at Gloin flexing. A slot directly into the house. Yeah, that's called a letterbox. That's what everyone in the UK has. The letterbox. He just wants you to earn that, Elsa. That's all. Firefly, why do you look at me like that? $12 minutes. Wait, is it? No. It's Oh, it's 12 minutes. Yeah, no, I'm right. 12 minutes. Is Peter Clock killing? I'm not killing anything. 11 minutes left. Am I muted or something? No? Hold on. Oh, I just didn't notice your guesses, to be honest, Fletch. I was too busy dealing with the cat. Mr. Holland's Opus is incorrect. I also have no idea what that is. Good boy. You're up. C2. C2. How can you not have heard of Mr. Holland's Opus? I don't know. I've just literally never heard of it. It is a white picket fence, you're correct. Dun, 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 dun. I appear to watch a movie about a music teacher who spends the whole movie working on an opus. That is so whatever when you finally hear it. I didn't even know that's what it was about. Only one more square to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many squares? No, we can go to 12, Elsa. I think 12 is the limit now. Because there's 25 squares on the board, I think 12 is fair. 8 minutes left, though, for the record. Oh, hey, Bob. I have not heard of that documentary. You're guessing Nightmare on Elm Street 2. That is incorrect, but I can see why you'd guess that. Background to David. 13 would be even more fair. Yeah, that's very good, very good. B1. Look at that. Vital information, potentially. Now, is that Cliff from Cheers? I can't quite tell. It's so funny to me that your mailmen and mail ladies all wear blue. Because our postmen and postwomen all wear red. On the Firefly. You always get a fright when something comes through the letterbox, don't you? You always sort of like, what's that? There's something in that house. There's a foreign object. Someone's invading us. It's the dogs. I don't know how, but somehow it's the dogs. They're finally trying it. They also wear shorts, which always amuses me. I think ours sometimes do as well. Actually, I think in the summer they do. In the summer, it's just like a polo shirt. Like they've got like a red polo shirt with the logo on it. But obviously in the winter they've got a jacket that's got the stuff on it. Suburban Commando is incorrect, but fair try. Back to Fletcher. So 2 more squares left, basically. Well, no, I guess he's no. No, I think once the squares run out, if there's still time, if you want to buy a hint or something, you can still guess after the hint, I suppose. Otherwise, what would the point be? You comfy, Firefly? I think you're comfy. No. Well, Tara didn't pick them today because Tara's not around, so I just picked them. And I just picked it at random. I didn't, like, think about what was behind it. Let's go for B4. Alright, B4. I believe I said 12, Elsa. Total. I believe I said 12. Nice try. You won't have time for 5 squares anyway. You've only got 3 minutes left. 3 minutes. Old school asylums are pretty interesting, Bob, I will admit. I think Blue Velvet's a fantastic guess. It's not right, but it's a fantastic guess. Because that movie definitely opens on similar visuals to this. Back to Rude Boy. Think of movies that take place largely in an area like this. You got 2 minutes left though, so I'd be snappy. B5. Fright Night's incorrect. Fright Night's incorrect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, see, that was the last square. So, and we're actually 1 minute from the deadline, so it's probably safe to say this is a lose, I'm afraid. So as I always do, I'll reveal the whole thing for fun to see if people can get it. I mean, there's not too much more in this one, admittedly, but yeah, I'm just waiting for that minute to finally hit, just in case anyone jumps in. I don't know. I don't know, Elsa. I take umbrage with that. That's part of the fun. They have to be challenging. If you won everyone easily, they wouldn't be that fun. Boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. You got at least 1 or 2 right last time. You weren't all failures last time. And I know that because I remember putting in the tip to take away some health of the boss. Alright, that's time up. Here's the full image. Any guesses for fun before I tell you? And I would also add that pretty much the entire movie takes place here. Terminator 2, that's an interesting guess. Wait. Wait, what? I mean, the game's over, you've already lost. I mean, if we get it now, can we deal half damage? Okay, fine, we're in overtime. You've got a couple of minutes to get it with the full image, you can do half damage. What is it? I'll give you 2 minutes from now to get it, and you can have half damage. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is correct. I love how you got me to give you a bonus there before we oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Right, let me take that away for now. Here I am. Put all my boxes back in. What is 2,500 in a tip, David? Let me know. That was the extra hint. Yeah. That's why I don't think it was that unfair an image, because like that is the look, maybe it's the backyard more specifically, but like that's the whole movie takes place there. I've always hated that movie. Oh, that's fair. $6.25. I mean, that makes sense, but I was just checking. Okay, Streamlabs, and I need to then take it off the other bar because it'll add to the gold bar as well, which I don't want. So, Meals Fuzz Live. Overexposed to it. I get it. I mean, I like the movie. I grew up on it, and even the sequels, which weren't as good, obviously. Okay, let me right. Donation history. Add a donation. Donor name.
Well, the leprechaun, of course. That's the most iconic.
Right. So then I'm going to go to the bar and take that off. Which is what? 3:45. Alright, that's that done. I will get the next image ready. Cindy did buy 2 rounds. So Cindy can let me know who's going to be in those rounds. I'm going to do this. Honey, I Shrunk Ourselves I saw. I also saw Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Three players per round, Cindy. 3 players. As I retrieve the next image. Now keep in mind, because the 5,000 hit points would kill the boss, you won't actually get the full 5,000 right now. You'd go to just like as close as I can get to 1. The idea being that any tip after that will just kill him. Where would I like to go with? Bob, Elsa, and me. Alright, Bob, you're tagged in. Just let me find an image here. And we'll be good to go. Make it easy, Peter. Okay, I actually just found one that's far too hard. I actually do have limits, believe it or not, where I say, no, that's too much. There's one that I was going to pick, but I'm not sure if it was going to be too easy or not. It depends how well someone remembers the movie. So instead, I'm just going to go with something else.
Well, the leprechaun, of course. That's the most iconic.
Thanks, David. David's taking his crown back. We're in pain in America. You're not in America, Elsa. I don't remember where you are. Don't give me it. Make it easier to do the damage. Is David being a sacrificial lamb, or is he just assuming that I'm going to want him to be murdered? America means the US. I'll put it this way: everyone outside of the US, or everyone outside of the Americas, I suppose, to be more specific. When we say America, we mean the US. We're not talking about the continent. Okay, I've got one. I've picked one. I'm just putting it in. Just for that, we should get a hint. I'm part of the problem. Yeah, why do you want to be associated with them anyway? Come on now. Think about it. America's shorthand for the US and the rest of the planet. I'm sorry, Elsa, but it just is. You're Mexican, not American. Oh, well, I can't remember if you said you were actually born in Mexico or America. You may actually be American technically, but you know what I mean. You know what point I'm making. Peter is over party. Okay, Karen. I did actually laugh. Someone said that there's a spread of Karen O virus, which I thought was funny. I do feel a little sorry for decent people called Karen though, because the name's been dragged through the mud, but it's become the thing. See, I'm actually surprised you're even bothered by that. To me, that sounds to me like me getting mad that someone's like, like I would assume the opposite. I would assume you'd be mad if I assumed you were American, because I'd be mad if anyone assumed I was English, which I'm not. Yeah, there you go. Same with Chad. Decent people named Karen. Believe it or not, actually, no, technically, the decent people I know named Karen aren't spelt that way. They're spelt with a Y. So, maybe with that spelling, it's fair play. It's fair play. All right, image is done. David is boss, so David gets to pick the blocker. Oops. I was erasing the image there by accident. Undo, undo. You want the D row? You got it. And yeah, Cockney accents. How dare you? What's so funny is that not even Connor has a Cockney accent. He's got an English accent, but not a Cockney one. I don't even been like being called British that much. I technically am, but I would much rather you refer to me as Scottish. Alright. D's disqualified. So it was Bob, Elsa, and Cindy. Was that the order? So Bob was definitely up first. So Bob, pick yourself a square. They just do, Fletcher. Just the way it is. You're Irish to me, Peter. How fucking dare you? Is there a way to say from the UK? United Kingdom? Not really. B2. B2. Oh. We have the forehead, I assume. Britain? That is a word that gets used, but I don't particularly like it. That said, I'd rather be mistaken for Irish than English. Or Welsh for that matter. It's still incredibly wrong though. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I think you were not a specific. You're like, you were actually born in the US, so you obviously had kind of a more specific case. But no, this is just the rest of the world. If they refer to America, they purely mean the US. They are not talking about Canada. They're not talking about Mexico. They're not talking about South America. They're not talking about any of that. They're talking about the US. And trust me, it's often used with insults, so you're probably happier about that. Wait, Japanese for me? I mean, you're a bit off, for sure. Yeah, you've got a guess, Bob. Give it a guess. First I was afraid, I was petrified. The Tom Hanks movie, AIDS movie. I mean, we go with titles typically, but you know what? I'll just confirm that it's not Philadelphia or the Philadelphia Story or whatever it's called. Definitely not the Philadelphia Experiment. And I'll tell you this: if you're looking forward to us ever reviewing the Philadelphia Experiment 2, you may be in luck on Patreon this month. That's all I'm saying. You might be in luck. So who was up next? Was it Elsa next on the order? Is it, so sorry, I was just reading that other comment you put, Elsa, about it being a touchy subject. I did not realise. What's so funny is that I tend to find most other places want to not be associated with the other place they're attached to. So it's actually really alien to me that it's a touchy subject that the rest of you want to be included. C2. C2. Where are we? Other two Bobs. No, Bob just has multiple accounts. He has a different account on different devices. Depending on what he's doing. I think the truck belonged to the neighbor, the sort of the angry neighbor who was always shouting in the movie. That was his truck, I believe. Can you fit the screen, Peter, please? Can I fit the screen? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't realize I was. It's because when I was altering the image. Let me take that away for a second, because sometimes it flashes layers underneath when I do this. I mean, it didn't, but it could have done. So there you go. Sorry, Elsa. Uh. Sometimes I zoom out like that because it's easy to resize the image when I'm, because if the edges are going off the screen, it's hard to do it. So that's why I zoom out like that. I just forgot to zoom back in. I appreciate the jokes, Fletcher. I appreciate it. I have. I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get some biscuits. Hold on, 1 sec. 1 second. Oh, I didn't know the time exactly, but I mean we're at 43 minutes in the clock, so I'll say 40 was the start. 3 minutes sounds about right. Shut your face, Fletcher. How dare you? For the record, I am eating. Oh, there we go. Viennese whirls. I'll show you one. And what's this? Chocolate bomb. A whirly thing. These are biscuits. Cookies are more specific. They're a specific thing. Even says biscuits on the packaging. Your stream's frozen? Is it just you? Is anyone else frozen? Hmm. Yeah, so there's no offense intended, Elsa. Alright, just hit refresh then, I guess. Usually that'll solve the trouble. So we're on Cindy's turn, right? B1. Oh, he looks mean. It's alright, Fletcher. I'm sure I'll repeat it at some point. Cookies are important. The subject will come up again. Have you started the comments podcast for this week yet, David? If you haven't, you're in for a treat. The opening 10 minutes is something else. Right, I've had 2 of these. I'm going to stop now. Cindy guessed Rush Hour 2, and she's right. It's Rush Hour 2. They're too hard, Peter. They're too hard. Cindy with the absolute snipe on the, what was that, second? No, third square. That was the third square. That was impressive. Alright, fake donation. Going in.
Words are not my area of expertise. That's why I podcast.
And then taking that back off for the thing. What's that going down to now? 350? Yeah. 350. Boom. Alright, there you go. Well, Cindy's got another round, so pick your players. Hey, I mean, if you get this next one right, David's going to be within, like, silly killing range. I mean, it's close enough, David. I mean, I think we'll just agree that 1250 is what happens if one. That's just the amount that goes in, rather than worrying about the point amount. Just that's the fake tip amount. All right. Let me reset then and get the next image going. Gloin, Fletcher, and Rude. Yeah, something different. Oh, let me get the image picked. Count me out, I don't know how to play. Oh, you just guess a square and guess a movie, Gloin. And it rotates through the 3 players. It's nothing too complex about it. Yeah, I get it, Elsa. I think if you said the Americas, I would obviously assume that means the entire side of the planet, but that's just Canadians are nice and don't complain about things. Right, let me... pick a movie film. Except when it comes to Hoggy, then the most vicious bastards on the planet. Yeah, that sounds about right. um... I'm fairly confident you won't find any, David, but... I'm sure there's probably tweets back then that I regret, but probably just because they're stupid rather than anything else. Oh, this one might be too hard. I don't know. We'll go for it. Let's go for it. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, are gingers a race? Then definitely. Okay, there might be some ginger jokes. I wouldn't deny that there's some ginger jokes. But what did you think of what we did in the show season edit? Oh, it was fantastic, Bob. Fantastic. I was cackling throughout most of that last episode. We were promised nudity. Cock and full bush. Okay, image is ready. I'm just going to erase the previous blocker. All right, David's still stream boss. David, you get to pick the just 5, yeah, because you lost. Yeah, 5. Many a film has full bush, especially in the 70s. Me and Tara did a 70s month on the Ace, and like, out of the 10 movies we did, like 7 of them had full bush. Column 2 since it was helpful last round. Sounds like solid logic to me. There you go. Go on. Alright. So the players, I think it's going to be Cindy, Fletcher, and Rude. Okay, Cindy, you're up first then. 70s Bush is Primo. Primo Bush. I'm familiar with American being a Bush wig. In fact, there was a joke while President Bush was in office that whenever he said fellow Americans, it sounded like he was saying Merkins. So there was a lot of jokes in the UK about him addressing his fellow pubic wigs, because that's what it sounded like he was saying. I wonder what Pete's reaction would be if all his children turned out to be ginger. How many videos does he need to delete from his channel? I know, I'll be honest with them. C4. Alright, timer starts now. We're at 5 minutes to the hour. That's perfect. 25 passes the deadline. C4, C4, C4. There we go. Daddy doesn't love you. It's all in good spirits. There is, in fact, many a attractive redhead. Let's not discount this. I mean, I don't have the fetish for it that Matt does, but Candyman, interesting guess, but that is incorrect. So, you're forgetting who's playing. Fletcher Linwood. Okay, Fletcher's up. Yeah, Scotland or Ireland that read them, most of them. B4? Hmm. Oh, Candyman 2 is pretty weird, yeah. I once saw a ginger eating a gingerbread man, and I thought, God damn, cannibalism just like that in the middle of the street. Shocking state of affairs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that, Bob. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a fantastic guess, but is incorrect. Rude Boy, I believe you're third on this pecking order. Yep. Elsa Fletchford, must remember. D4. D4. Yeah, I'm going to put those biscuits back because if I don't, I'm going to eat the rest of them, and I don't want to. So. The substitute is your guess. That is incorrect. Background to Cindy. Yeah, I mean, doing a sequel to Candyman was always going to be a weird proposition because whenever you have something that's that rich in subtext, when you try and do a second one, like, because the studio clearly wanted more of a slasher movie. They wanted just Candyman to be this villain who shows up and kills people with his hook. B3. Sure. I kind of wasn't watching when Boogeyman was there, but and given all the icky stuff he would eat, I'm kind of okay with that. Firefly. Firefly, why are you so needy? Little menace. Straight out of Compton. Well, it's not your guess. It's Cindy's guess. I was about to answer that. What would I say my Blu-ray backlog is? Meaning just the movies that I have in Blu-ray that I've not seen yet. Because it's probably not that big. Look, I don't know, maybe 20, something like that. Yeah, I actually, I don't keep track of my movies as much as I used to, so I'm not sure exactly. It's Cindy's turn still. Cindy's still, I guess. Dun, dun, dun. But to be fair, I don't buy as much as I used to, so it's not doesn't build up as much as it once did. There was definitely times when I had like 50 or 60. Primeval. No. That is incorrect. We're back to Fletcher. Where's Elsa? Me neither. Making a map of the Americas to school me, maybe? I don't know. Hmm. Decisions. Let's go A3. Okay. A3 seems like a solid, wise, sensible play. Boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, that's alright. So the Fletcher was just begging for some attire analysis, that's all. Bye bye. I'm happy that that's what you've discovered, David. I'm happy that's the extent of the search. What's up, push? Probably after 2010. Hmm. I can't stand Will Ferrell rude boys, so probably not, no. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Boy, Earthlight, why is my cat being such a little diva? The other two are being happy enough, Firefly. Why are you being a menace? How much time do we have left? We have 17 minutes left for this round. Armageddon's incorrect. That takes us to Rude Boy once more. How much are hints? $3 for a hint. $3 for a hint. B1. Boys in the Hood is incorrect. Back round to Cindy. It's me. There's a mark on my second monitor right where my forehead is, and I keep thinking I've got like a dark mark here, but it's not. It's on my monitor. Where, oh where, oh where go, oh, 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 oh. It's the mark of the beast. That could be. Do you know, it was quite warm today, technically, but I never really felt it. It's only just now that I'm actually feeling it be quite warm. Getting quite stuffy.
This was garbage.
I might have to break out the fan.
You understand me?
I don't think I would get this one just from seeing the image, but I think if once you tell me what this is from, I actually can kind of. I remember the scene quite well. Donation? Was there a donation? Oh, there was. Oh, sorry. I never heard that. Oh, my audio must have muted. Sorry. Sorry. It's because I can't see it with the thing up. Oh yeah, you get a hint. Okay, sure. You get a hint. But you can take your pick here, square first as well. No reason why I can't do that too. A4. A4. I'll give you a hint. I'll give you like a two-pronged hint. I'll say that A is a sequel, and B. It's been a little while, but I wouldn't say it's been a million years since I've seen this. So I say it's a sequel, and I will say that. Oh, that's far too specific. I will say that this scene in particular is about someone coming up to how do I put this? Out rap the people who are performing for the audience. Someone comes up and out raps well, the main guy specifically at the front, I think. And it's a sequel. Actually, maybe out raps is a bit unfair. Now I'm thinking about it. So someone kind of raps back whilst they're making their point, to get them to stop talking back. I'll put it that way. I'll put it that way. That's probably more accurate. And I'll give you a bonus piece of information. This film also happens to contain the first starring, well, starring is not the right word, the first on-screen role for someone who would later be in a fairly popular TV series. I can't really be more specific than that because you could just look up the person's name, but I'll add that to the mix. You've got a stew of hints going. You've got a nice stew. You know, and the cauldron. 11 minutes left on the round. For the record. "22 Jump Street." That's a good guess, but no, it's not 22 Jump Street. I'll happily reiterate the hints if need be, but we're back on Fletcher, I believe. C5. Going for somewhere else on the board. I can respect that. I can respect that. Maybe a better example of some haircuts of the time period. Maybe that'll help. Is it a fairly popular show or a hit television show? It's not the hit television show, no. In fact, I'll even add to that part of the hint that the person in question isn't popular anymore. Just say that. A lot to dig into with these. I know none of them on their own are that amazing, but did they get cancelled? I mean, more than that. This is more than being cancelled. Oh, sorry. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, well, I'm not going to get too more specific, alright? I've given you a lot of nuggets in those hints for one hint, okay? Uh, 8 minutes left on this round. 4Z record. It's Fletcher's guess, I believe. So this person was in a movie as a first film, first time movie actor, and got a popular series, and then maybe got hashtag Me Too or something else. Yes. I'll just. I'm going to guess Friday the 13th, Jason Takes Manhattan, just to keep things rolling. Hey, it's not a bad guess, to be honest. The only thing that I would say against that guess is that I'm pretty sure there's not any daytime scenes in New York in that movie, but it's a fair guess. So that is incorrect. We're back to Rude Boy.
Words are not my area of expertise. That's why I podcast.
Who's stepping me? I want to step me. Oh, Tyler. I have the high ground. Thanks, Tyler. Look at Tyler swooping in, taking that. So you've got 6 minutes to take 5,000 hit points from Tyler. Welcome to the stream, Tyler. D3 for Rude Boy. I squares, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Does that get them a second screen? Oh, it can do. If you want to buy them a second screen with half of that, you can. In fact, I'll take it away from the screen and I'll go get you the second image. And typically speaking, the more images I add, the more easier I'll make them. I should go easy. That one's pretty funny, but I should go easier than that. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is a good one. This is a good one. Image. All right. All right. So here's the image back up, and here is the second image now added. I can swap between these as much as you want, but here's the second one. Oh, there we go. Four minutes on the clock. Same movie, Fletcher, yeah. It's from the same movie. Superman 4 is incorrect. But fair guess, fair guess. Back round to Cindy. window cleaners. That certainly appears to be the case. Unless they're simply disguised as window cleaners. B5. B5, B5, here we are. Would you like me to switch back to the other image as well? I assume you do, so you can see. Not that it really revealed much there, but worth having a look just in case. Oh, I'm loving the logic. 3 minutes left, by the way, on this one. That said, when I reveal the full image, I'll give you a chance to get half damage. But this is hilarious. Also, it's very nice to see that Tyler's real face is back. Look at that. Look at that handsome Tyler. Bit of a douchebag with the shades, admittedly, but good to see. Good to see all the same. It's linked to your YouTube now, so it should just be your Nightwing avatar. That is weird. It's very strange. I don't know why that's happening then. I have a guess as to the actor. Interesting. Interesting. Typically, when I go with the full image, I will sort of be more lenient with just giving you some free hints, because then it's only half the health. But which will be relevant in 1 minute time. You got 1 minute. There's 1 minute left. 1 minute. Men in Black 2 is incorrect. So, Fletcher, if you want to jump in with a quick last thing, it's technically time, but I'll give you one last square. But it's the last square anyway, because the next one's number 12. So go for it. Go, Fletcher. One last square. D5. I'll switch back to the other image. I think that revealed more of this this cardigan here that seems to be in the foreground. Spider-Man 3 is incorrect. So I'm going to reveal the full images. If you get this in the next couple of minutes with the images and maybe a hint, I'll still take half of the hit points off for half damage. So there's image 2, there's image 1. Column 2 wasn't really blocking anything super important in that one. This one was blocking a whole person. Not that you can see him necessarily, but yes. I'm tempted to just hum a tune. Just hum a tune here that might help. Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. that is not Police Academy 2. John Carpenter loves Destiny 2 and wants to do the score. I mean, if John Carpenter does a score for Destiny, I'll play it just to listen to the score. It's not Police Academy 4. I should probably cut this off after a couple of guesses here. It's maybe a bit too unfair to just let you keep going until you get the right number. It's not Police Academy 3. One extra guess move from each player. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Yeah, maybe I'll give like an extra hint, show the full images, and then each player in the order that we're in get one extra guess each. So I think Red Boy's done. Fletcher, it's not Police Academy 5. Cindy, they've ruled out most of them. You've got a shot here. You've got a shot. There's only 3 more left in the franchise it could be. Underseas 2 is a weird guess actually, because Underseas 2, outside of there's only other than the train, there's only like one other location. There's no Police Academy 8. All right, I think I have to call it on this one. I don't think I can give it narrowed it down far too much here. It's Police Academy 6. City Under Siege. Okay. I don't think those images were particularly hard. I think the problem is that the movie's maybe just not as memorable or being seen by everyone. Is maybe the thing there. David's got a $5 tip left though. Is that for a round, David? Are you tagging people in for a round? And it's a new boss, so I think it's still 5 squares that get blocked out by Tyler because it's not his. Rude Boy said 6. Well, he did say 6, yes. You're correct. He did say 6. But that was after I was talking about, or after we kind of suggested that maybe each person only gets one guess. If you want me to count it and take some damage off Tyler, I'll do it. But I think that's a good rule for the future, though, is that when we do the reveal at the end for half damage, if it's not been solved, I think each person in the round gets one guess. I like that. Especially when I make it as specific as that, where I'm humming the theme tune, and it narrows it down quite a bit. Alright, so we're getting another round. David's purchased, that's cool. I'll go find an image while he picks his players. How about 25% points for knowing which franchise? I feel like we're adding too many rules here if I start doing that. Oh dear. What actor was I talking about? I was talking about Alison Mack. She's in Police Academy 6 in one scene, which is just a random bit of trivia I happen to know. And of course she, because when Elsa said it's a Me Too thing or something else, I was like, it's not really a Me Too thing exactly, but it kind of isn't a million miles away from it either. But also something else. And she's definitely going to jail. Or is in jail. I don't know if it's already happened yet. These things take time. Yeah. Well, I just mean this in the sense that it's sex crime related, so it's not like a million miles away, but it isn't the same thing either. And sex cult actually sounds too forgiving, because sex cult sounds like weird, but not necessarily like immoral. Whereas she was literally branding sex slaves. So I mean, sexual trafficking is probably a much more accurate description. Involuntary sex cult. There you go. I suppose that's fair. Let's see what they've got for this movie. Involuntary sex cult, Chloe. Yep, that sounds about right. Oh, there's boobs in that one. I can't use that. That's gonna go on the wall of weird. Unfortunately, I don't think this one that I clicked on has any good images that aren't either super obvious or super insanely hard. Got to find that balance. Got to find that balance. Especially since you had a hard time with that one, so I want one that's a little bit potentially more forgiving. Was it? It's pretty funny. Alright, I've got one. Tyler, you're going to get to cross out a row or a column or another batch of 5 squares that are connected. It's up to you, kind of how you tackle it. But in the meantime, I am putting the image in. Well, I need to put all the boxes back on as well. Which I could start. Don't want to be giving freebies away now, do we? Wrong thing. That's a really weird specific thing that came. Yeah, the. um. Right. Okay. Let me just set up. Tyler, you get to block a row or a column, or maybe a T shape or an L shape or whatever. 5 squares though is the thing. Well, since you're boss, if they win this in 30 minutes, they take like 5,000 of your health away for free. So harder. Oh, A A3 to C3. Okay, Hunt. Where's my paintbrush? A3 to C3. And B2 and 4. Over the cross. Alright. David, pick your participants. Well, first give me C4. Okay. C4. Checking the time there. Okay. Okay, so 7 past. We're building up to C4. I guess it kind of is, yeah. You'll pit the participants based on what the movie looks like. Yeah, if it looks like a horror movie, probably best to not tag in Elsa. If it's got a lot of fashion, Elsa's maybe your best bet actually. So yeah, there's tactical decisions to be made. Whoa, ho, 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 ho. Yeah, if this is Jack Frost, is it Jack Frost the horror movie or Jack Frost the Michael Keaton family heartwarming movie? Yeah, if it's 80s comedies, Rude Boy's your go-to. Oh, then I'm going to put my feet up. Oh, after all, you can't even see me right now. I can sit as silly as I want. Beetlejuice is incorrect. Fletcher's second. I think this won't be my forte. Well, maybe. D4. The trees aren't turned button or not. Apparently, I saw Cinema Paradiso for the first time this week and thought it was a 10 out of 10. Should the director's cut be watched? The director's cut's the better version, I'd say. I never saw the theatrical cut, admittedly, but knowing what's not in the theatrical cut, I would say definitely watch the director's cut. And yeah, that was wonderful. The 10. It's maybe one of my favorite endings of all time. Home Alone is a solid guess, but is incorrect. Do 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 do. Ari, ari, ha, ha. Di da di ha, di ha, hey, ha. Di ha, hey, ha, hey, ha. Di da di ha, di da di ha, di da di ha, di da di da di. Red Bull knows his fans. Knows his fans, knows his vans. Oh, his fans as well, admittedly. D5. Firefly. What if I'm not in the mood for a cat right now, Firefly? Eh? What if I'm in the mood for isolation? Total feline isolation. Or murderers. Yes, Poltergeist 2. Poltergeist 2 is incorrect. That takes us back round to David. Yeah, Summer Paradise was fantastic. Paris, Texas should be next on your list, Tyler, if you've not seen that. I can't remember if you have or not. C2. C2. Must be Passion of the Christ. Dropping off bodies. Oh, I don't know. I don't know why they're rotating things in and out. Movies with morticians. Who's guessing right now? Silent Living Dead dubbed and has some cheap new shots courtesy of filming. Wait, what? Oh, I missed the first comment. That came from Corona Zombies for a bonus episode. David just did. David's the one guessing. Death Becomes was incorrect. Back to Fletcher. Maybe it's Ben Hur. Maybe it's that. C2's kinda already done. Do you mean C1? Is that a typo? C1, you got it. Sneakily find out if Brad Dourif is in it. The detective work that's going on right now. It's not Exorcist 3 after all, but that movie is prime Dourif. You know, I watched Exorcist 3 because I'd heard so much good things about it, and it was okay, but I wasn't in love with it either. Like, it had this reputation of being like, oh, some people even think it's as good as the original or better. Got it? Oh no, David. David sussed it with research. Fargo's incorrect. Takes us to Rude Boy. D3. Oh, we get Firefly. Failed Decision 2 is an interesting guess, but that is incorrect. D2 as in Die Hard 2. D2 and Die Hard 2 is correct. And definitely beaten within the time limit. Boom. There you go. Die Hard 2. Simple as that. So let me go and do what's that at just now? 363. I'll just remember it. Rather than taking it back afterwards, I'll just do it this way. 363. Okay. The church is where the bad guys are hiding out away from the airport, if I recall correctly.
Words are not my area of expertise. That's why I podcast.
Boom. Damage done. And the actual bar is corrected. There we go. Successful round. I like how that sign probably is what gave David the material to research it. There's only one website that had the info I needed, and it looks like it was made in '97. Oh jeez. Old websites are certainly rough. Should get your Tyler Perry bad movie, Jerry popped. I love that that changed to Jerry, but yes, I don't know. I'm actually, given that we're getting close to the end of that gold bar, I'm trying to think of what the next gold bar should be for. Like, I'm not sure what people would want me to do that I can put as a goal. Is there another bad movie that people would want me to watch on stream to suffer through? Or is there something else? Hey, Red Hood sucks in your honor, David. That's what it is. So Tyler took 5,000, give or take, hit points. Oh, you had 5 left, Tyler. I don't know if you want to buy a round with that. I think either way though. Hogzilla. Whoa. It's like to watch 50 Shades. We do have to watch 50 Shades. That's correct. The reason why I've not done that yet though is because that's going to be a streams episode and I have to sort of wait until I've scheduled it with Tim. Oh, I'm talking about Jason Todd. I'm always talking about Jason Todd when I say Red Hood sucks. Yes. And then we could have one more round if Tyler wants to use his 5 for it, if someone else wants one, but I think we'll do one more round and call it the end of the game for tonight. Why screams? Because that's just what the wording was at the time. And Tim agreed to it. Because Connor isn't going to. Connor's never going to agree to that. Yeah, Snyder Cut will be watched anyway. I do want to rewatch the original cut at some point before it comes out, just so it's actually fresher in my head for comparison's sake. But we're a bit far away from it just now for that. The extended cut of BVS might be a worldly goal though. That might be a fun stream. If you get 2 volunteers, Tyler, or 3 even if you don't want to play yourself. There you go. So would a goal for me watching the extended cut of BVS on stream be something anyone wants? Keeping in mind that typically you guys watch the movie with me. Just make it a multi-part goal of Resident Evil movies. Every 50 unlocks the next movie. What? $50 for each one? That's I mean 100 for each one, maybe you've got me sold. So 50 for some of those sequels seems a bit of the generous side to me, but I got like 45 minutes into Goodnight Mummy, and then a cat showed up, and I know something bad's going to happen, so I haven't finished. It's funny actually, because me and Tim just today reviewed The Lodge, which is from the same directors. So it's funny that you happen to be watching that. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Would people want me to suffer through Resident Evil movies on stream? Watching Resident Evil movies with Pete would be an experience. I haven't even seen them. I mean, I haven't seen the last 2. Rude Boy with a flout, no. Rude Boy was the lone voice against the past movie goals. Pete didn't. Rude Boy didn't want the bad movies. Everyone else wants to see me suffer though. What do you think of Bulk, Chris? Oh, from the 7 or the 8 trailer? Yeah, I don't know why they keep redesigning him. I don't know. It's rough. Yeah, if we did the Resident Evil movies, it would basically start off as commentary tracks for the few that I've seen, and then it would turn into like, oh my god, reactions for the rest of them. But Tyler's trying to push my buttons. I'm not having it. I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for it. How dare you? What's up, Firefly? Cat's looking at me funny. Clone Wars, Schmone Wars. I'll give you high ground, Tyler. Don't you worry. It'll be high ground. It'll be high ground all over. Oh, I should put my movies in from the last 2 days on Letterboxd. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I watched like 4 movies in the last 2 days for shows. We watched Candyman 2 on Friday. Oops. I'm sorry, Tyler. I think the PS5 looks fantastic. It looks like a spaceship, and I'm sick of the black boxes that the last consoles have all been, and that stupid Xbox is. I want the spaceship. Looks fantastic. Give it to me. Yeah. I don't think we actually talked about the PS5 as much as I thought I would on that stream. I think it's because the people who care about the console weren't necessarily the ones in chat, so it tended to just sort of drift from the console quite quickly. I mean, it doesn't really matter that much ultimately, one way or the other, because once you're playing it, you don't really care. But right, so that was Friday the 12th. We watched that. Save that bad boy. And then I watched film for bonus Ace. That feels like a dated idea, to be honest, Rude Boy. I feel like playing video games is a more socially accepted thing in 2020 than it was 20 years ago. If I could have the PS5 with the Xbox controller, things would be perfect. We'll see how the new controller is. Obviously, no one's had a chance to actually hold it yet. Yeah. I mean, he was I mean, he wasn't big in the end of 7 though, because the 7 redesign was definitely slimmer than 5 was though. And then I watched this movie for bonus Screams. That was also Saturday night. I've got a very similar ratings for all these movies. And then today I watched this for Screams. Right, okay. Letterboxd is up to date. I think girls still judge guys over a certain age that game off, and I mean some of them do, but find better girls, I guess, is my answer to that. Design only matters in handheld as long as it can fit in a shelf. A console could be coated in glitter for all I care. I won't be looking at it often. It's a fair point. It's a fair point. I had stayed away from bad movies for a long time, and then I wanted to watch a review of Stranger Things, and the rest is history. So I blame Stranger Things for making me watch bad movies. You have fun with us also, though, don't you? It's not all bad. Did you see the Game Gear, the Sega re-releasing? It's Pam-sized. I don't see the point. Yeah, I heard about it. I didn't see an image, but I heard about it. Yeah, it sounds pointless. It sounds like a novelty that would never be played. Right, so that's already 4 movies this week just for shows. That's quality. So if I can watch 2 more before Wednesday, I'm doing well. Yeah, they said that they designed it around trying to make it quieter, so hopefully that stays true. Hopefully that stays true. And I've got a new 4K TV to plug the bad boy into, so I look forward to having the thing. Ooh. Just had a thought. Buying the 52 Omnibus. Never read it before. I recommend 52. Joe, I don't think I actually finished 52 when I read it, even though I really liked what I read of it. So I'm looking forward to doing it at some point on previously. We get the PS5. Yeah, I want the PS5. I mean, I probably don't need it to get it right away, but I'm probably going to. I guess if we do the Resident Evil goal, I'm like, this is all in service of the PS5. Technically. Yeah, I'm going to be too tempted. That said, there's very few things confirmed for actual launch yet. The only thing that might be from that conference was Spider-Man, and maybe the Pikmin style of the game with the girl, which actually ended up looking quite good by the time it got going. Will it play PS4 games? Yes, they're saying it will be. They do have to update the games to make them run properly on it. So they're saying that it may be gradual making them work, but they said that at least the most popular 100 games will work at launch, and then they'll keep adding more. But yes, the answer is yes. I remember that Trinity Weekly comic not being... I mean, I never read it, but I heard it wasn't good. If you do the growing goal, it would be 450 in the end. What, 50, 60, 70, 80? Okay. Even the discs? Well, it'll probably work the way the Xbox does it, which means that it won't read the discs. It'll read the discs to confirm you own the game, but it may have to actually download the game afterwards to get a working version. Because that's the same. Because that's how the Xbox does it right now. Is it doesn't actually play the 360 discs or the original Xbox discs. It reads the disc, confirms you own the game, but then you have to download the version that they've kind of altered to work on the new system. So there's a chance that the PS5 might do that with PS4. You might not. I mean, you still have to put in the disc to make it work, and to confirm you own it, but it won't actually run off the disc itself, which doesn't really make a difference because you have to install it all at the hard drive anyway. Is that the same digitally? I mean, if anything, digital is the more likely one to work right away. But yeah, digital works. Yeah. But the point being is, yeah, it'll count as owning it, so you can play it still. I've been all digital since 2014 though, so I'm looking forward to and because I never get a Pro, I'll get all the Pro enhancements for the PS4 games that have them on the PS5, which is cool. So, and now that I've got a TV that can actually take advantage of them, it's nice. So, there's benefits. I'm curious to see what's going to actually be there at launch, though. The only one that might be Spider-Man Miles Morales based on the event. But they said they've got a lot more to tell us before it comes out, so maybe they'll have another thing in like August or September with a price. How much would it cost to get me to read Preacher? The whole thing? I mean, Bob, people pay 30 on Patreon to get me to read one issue, so that's an extortionate amount of money. I think what's the tip? I don't have the menu on this computer. Shit. I think that a trade, like a 6-issue trade, tip wise, was that 150? I can't remember. Or was that 200? I can't remember. A lot, Bob, for a whole series like that. A lot. I think if a lot of girls don't mind men their date and play video games as long as two things are happening. One, they get to play also, and two, they're getting attention of said man. Yeah, it feels really immature to me actually for someone to just sort of write someone off because they play video games. It feels like a really old-fashioned thing. Typically, if I meet a woman who wants to write me off because I play video games, then she's probably not right for me anyway. Ah, shut up, Tyler. Oh yeah, Dark Season 3 is in a few weeks. We're almost there, Fletcher. It's almost time for the conclusion. I know Connor's been rewatching the whole thing. I definitely don't have time to do that. I might rewatch season 2 because I rewatched season 1 before season 2 came out, but we'll see. I may not have time though. I may have to just watch a nice recap video or something on YouTube. Oh, you must be in heaven, Tyler. Must be in heaven. It's a very complex series. I mean, the main reason I watched season 1 again before season 2 was just to learn all the characters again because there's so goddamn many. And there's so many different age versions of each character. Oh, there's definitely, yeah, a lot of immature guys who play video games, no doubt. But I feel like video games aren't like a signifier of being a tit now. They're just like good people play them, bad people play them, everything in between. 8 trades? Well, it's 5 hardcovers, but they're big double-sized hardcovers, so I don't know. 66 issues. It's a lot. 900 if you read the hardcover edition. Yeah, that's like asking me to do an entire TV show, because that's a really tough sell. Having to like squeeze it all into my routine for a long time is why it would cost so much. I struggle to get everything done just now as it is. I'm a busy dude. Alright. Average is keeping up, although I do want to go up to 6 movies for the week, which means I should watch one on Monday and Tuesday. If I can find the time to squeeze them in. It's like American Vampire, I legitimately have years worth of content for PT to keep doing it monthly. You're right, you do. Even without them releasing any more of it, you've got, what, another 30 or so issues? I don't know. David doing the math. Cynthia Rothrock, for the record, is still my most watched actor of 2020 so far with 5 films. And then David Carradine's second place with 4. And then Max von Sydow, Bill Paxton, Tom Cruise, Tim Thomerson, Randy Quaid, Chris Pratt, Lin Shaye, James Dumont all have 3 films each. So there's like 7 people tied for number 3. Not right now. I mean, because he switched back to Undiscovered Country. So once that goes on break, I think Connor will assume he wants to go back to Severed unless Tyler says something otherwise. No one's taken Cynthia's crown away this year. I'd have to keep watching more though, because some people are getting close. I have to get her up to 6 or 7. Hey, try down some more Rothrock movies. Wowza wowza. The series ended in today's episode, yeah. We haven't yet, Rude Boy. That'll be something that me and Tara do at some point. Was the Poughkeepsie Tapes for a review? No, that was just a random. It's on Prime, and it was like, I heard about this. Let's watch it. Why were you hoping there'd be a review of it? It's been too long now. I'd have to watch it again to give a proper in-depth review. Nah, only 5 because we had Martial Law 1 and 2. We had Bound for not Bound for Glory, Honor and Glory. The Justice one, something above Justice, and the 5th one. I don't remember all the titles. Yeah, I wouldn't go your way, Fletcher. You're good. Has David selected his tier video? Oh, that's right. Yeah, David was on a tier video technically because he was the boss at the end of whatever stream that was. Anytime someone else gets to 5, stream for the night is immediately a Rothrock film. There you go. That's the idea. I don't know how quickly I'll get to 5 with anyone though. I mean, I don't know if David Carradine will get to 5th. Although sometimes me and Tara get out of our way to pick a bonus episode with David Carradine in it. But Paxton and Tom Cruise could easily get there. Oh, Tim Thomerson will get there because of transfers. Oh no, because the first one was last year. Yeah, he'll only get to 4. He's only got 1 left. Chris Pratt and Lin Shaye could go up though, for sure. And there's other people, like Arnold's on 2 films, but he could easily rise up depending on when we watch certain things. Okay, that's a good reason to do Rothrock. A good reason. I mean, we're going to do Planet of the Apes series, so we've already recorded the first one, obviously. So what's his face who plays the main ape in those films? Like he's going to get to those. Depending on how many we get through this year, he'll get up to kind of that type of number. I've watched 4 Spielberg movies this year. He's number 1 for director. Roddy McDowall, that's the one. That is the one. The multiverse full audio episodes are always going to be posted on Patreon, right? Yes. For both shows, at that. I assume you mean previously because that's the one that's kind of changing for YouTube. But yeah, the full audio will always be there, yeah. He plays Cornelius in the first, 3, I think. And then he plays his son in the 4th and 5th, I think. If I'm remembering right. It's something like that. First time reading the Steph Batgirl one, it's been really good. Yeah, I love that run. It's really good stuff. It does mean YouTube's going to be slightly behind for a little bit as it catches up with all the previously chunks. In fact, I have to render all the individual parts of the main show still. The one with Ricardo Montalban. Oh yeah, he's in the 4th one, isn't he? Yeah. That's the one that kinda is the closest to Rise of the Planet of the Apes in terms of the original series. But I mean, obviously, they're different enough that you don't really think about it too much. I had a couple of easy watches for the next couple of days. I'll throw something on one of the apps. I rewatched Apollo 13 the other night. It has Paxton in it. Can you add it to your list? I'll give you a watch adjacent so Paxton moves up the list. I mean, I've seen Apollo 13 before, but I mean, you know, I'm not against watching it again. It's been a while. Do I own that? I do own that. Kevin Bacon. What about Kevin Bacon? Oh, Big Love. Ah, okay. You were referencing what he just said. I'm actually watching a movie for streams next week starring Kevin Bacon. A brand new film from Blumhouse, which is going straight to VOD. It might be terrible. And he's married to Amanda Seyfried in it, which is weird because they're like 30 years apart in age. Or close to anyway. Here's a tear. Oh god. Okay. Close. Except, what's this? Horror movie Final Girls tier. Oh. Oh, interesting. My only concern is that I can't necessarily tell from these small images who everyone is. Hold on, let me see if I can name them all. That first one I think is from Friday the 13th, part 3 maybe? Oh yeah, we're going nuts with it, Tyler. Or sorry, Tyler. Yeah, I can't tell who the second one is because the face is kind of cut off. I can't tell who the third one is either. It's a really awkward pose. The fourth one's Texas Chainsaw 2. Fifth one's Nightmare on Elm Street Nancy. Fifth is Jason X. 6, I can't quite tell. The image is too small. That one's Happy Death Day. That's Neve Campbell from Scream. That's Nightmare on Elm Street 2. That's Halloween Resurrection. Why do I recognize her? That's Friday the 13th 2. Aliens. No, wait. No, sorry. The one I said before was actually Nightmare on Elm Street 4. Because then, yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street. Friday the 13th 2 is at the end of that row. And then you've got What's Her Face from Halloween H2O. Then you got Laurie Strode from Halloween, from It. Then Evil Dead Reboot. And then that's Halloween 4, Texas Chainsaw 1. Who's this one with the laser sight? Oh, I can't remember. I don't know who that is. And then you've got Freddy vs. Jason, and then the very last one I'm not sure of either. So there's... Yeah, so it's about 30 years. Yeah. So there's one... Although I'm kind of fuzzy on that one. There's 1, 2... 3... 4. There's 5 that I can't name. There's 5 that I can't name. Or know who... Or, I mean, I can't name them all, but there's 5 that I don't know. That said, there is a category called the forgettable. Although that seems a bit unfair when I just can't tell who it is, because... I wish when you hovered over them it'd give you a name. Really annoying. I wonder how old Kevin Bacon's children are. They might be older than Amanda Seyfried. They might be in their mid-30s. He's old enough for it. Yeah, that's in the trailer. We talk about it in the horror news tomorrow. Yeah, he's definitely dying before Mommy. I mean, obviously, if there's, only a couple of years older, it could go either way, but he's 30 years older than her. He's definitely going first, barring an accident of some kind. Well, there's tons missing from Friday the 13th because there's a lot of movies in that series. That second one looks like it could be a Friday the 13th, but I can't see her face well enough to know. The third one could be Courtney Cox and Scream, but it's hard to tell because of the pose. It seems chronological. No, it's not, because Jason X is... And Happy Death Day is far before other things that are way earlier. It's not chronological. His Happy Death Day is like before Nightmare on Elm Street 2, for example, so it's not chronological. And they're not grouped together either. No, I recognized her. Sally's from Texas Chainsaw's there. I knew she was there. I found the picket as Coney Cox. Alright, there you go, there's one. Still 4 left though. The one in the teal sweater does look kind of familiar, but I can't. It's too small. I can't see her face properly. It's not a bad idea though. It's not a bad idea. Which 4? So assuming you've got the same rows as I do here. See, I've got 2 rows where the top row is much longer than the second one. Well, it's 5 longer. There's the top row, and then the second row only goes up to whatever. Can I show you them? I don't know if I can do it easily, but let me give it a try. If I go to video, I go to tiers. That's Chrome. But I can do this. I just need to go to Chrome instead. Fine. There we go. Oops. Oh, let me close Photoshop. I don't need that open anymore. Alright, transition. There you go. So I think this first one's Friday Part 3. But you could tell me otherwise. I don't know who number 2 is. I don't know who this one in the teal is. I don't know who this laser sight one is. I feel like I should, but I don't. And I don't know who the wheelchair one at the end is. I believe they have Halloween Resurrection in there. It's pretty funny. Zoom in. I can kind of zoom in. Hold on. The girl from It. Oh, this is the girl from It. Let's talk about something else. Oh, this is weird. It's reformatted things. Wheelchair Girls from Chucky. Is it? Oh, I can't see it anymore. Hold on. Here we go. This is as base I can make them without going weird. Is that Fiona Dura from Chucky? Can't see her face well enough. So the girl with the curly hair and dress is it? Who's got the curly hair and dress? Beverly Marsh is from It. Who else she sings from It? This? The short haired girl with the green dress and burgundy sweater underneath. I have no idea who you're talking about. Yeah, I recognize Texas Chainsaw. Oh, okay. Yes, this is from it. Yes, this was never in question. I always knew which one this was. That's why I was confused. I was looking for a dress. I feel like I've seen this. This seems familiar to me. I just don't know what it is. Final girls. This article doesn't really have a whole lot of them, to be honest. No, we don't, Bob. We don't know this one. We don't know this one. We don't know this one. We don't know. Well, yeah, if you're saying that's from Chucky, then I think I believe you. The search Final Girl laser sight did not yield any meaningful results. I tried. I tried. Is Alice not on there? Well, from Resident Evil? No, she's not. Piss off. How dare you? How dare you? I'm offended at that. This is as big as I can make them. Actually, I think that one in the teal sweaters from Nightmare on Elm Street. I think she's wearing the Freddy glove. Is she from Nightmare on Elm Street 6, maybe? Is that why I'm not recognizing her? Oh yeah, I know Mia from Evil Dead. I've got her already. That's not Evil. No, Evil Dead's above her. This is Mia from Evil Dead. I know who this is anyway. This is from Freddy vs Jason. These aren't in question. The only ones we don't know are Laser Sight Girl, Teal Sweater, and this one in the blue here. Which actually looks kind of Friday the 13th. She's holding a machete, I think. Which one's she from? Oh, from Friday Part 1. I don't think she is here. I don't see her. Which is a bit of an odd exclusion, now that you mention it. Because we have Friday Part 3, I'm sure. We have Friday Part 2. We don't seem to have a lot of other Friday the 13th. Oh, we have Jason X, of course. It is Nightmare on Elm Street 6. Damn it, I got it right. Again. Alright, there you go. Oops. Wrong tab. Boom. Okay, so we started Laser Sight. It is annoyingly. I remember making fun of this Laser Sight for being so big. I just can't remember what movie it is. And I remember making fun of this Laser Sight because like how chunky it looks. Oh well. Anyway, I'm gonna go, guys. I hate to bail when there's this mystery to be solved, but I need to eat, so that's what's happening now. Where's my thing? So I can go back to the regular. There we go. Alright, yeah. So that is me. I am going to bow out here. It has been a pleasure. Thank you to everyone who tipped. Thank you for everyone playing the game. I'll be back some night soon-ish. The screenshot game I think I'll typically just keep to one a week, probably at the weekend. But yeah, so I don't know if Magician Goes to Hell. It's not a bad guess though. It's weird that they would include that and not the first movie, but whatever. Anyway, thanks very much, guys, for joining me. I will see you next time. It's been a pleasure. Good night and goodbye.